Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, replaying moments from your past and wishing you could go back and do things differently? Maybe it's a decision you made, a word you said, or an opportunity you let slip by. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Regret is something many of us carry, especially as we get older and reflect on the paths we've taken. But here's the thing, holding on to regret doesn't change the past, it only weighs down the present. And after 65, you deserve to live a life free from that burden, a life filled with peace and self-compassion. In this video, we're going to talk about how to forgive yourself after 65. We'll walk through 4 steps to let go of regret and find peace, so you can move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. These steps are practical, compassionate, and designed to help you make peace with your past while embracing the present. So, let's dive in and start with the first step, acknowledging your feelings. The first step in forgiving yourself is to acknowledge your feelings. It's easy to push regret aside or try to bury it, but that only gives it more power. Instead, take a moment to sit with your emotions and really feel them. What is it that you regret? What emotions come up when you think about it? Guilt, sadness, anger, shame. Write these feelings down if it helps, or talk them through with someone you trust. The goal isn't to dwell on the past, but to give yourself permission to feel what you feel. Acknowledging your emotions is the first step toward releasing them. Now, let's talk about the second step, understanding the context. When we look back on our lives, it's easy to judge our past decisions with the wisdom we have now. But here's the thing, you made those choices with the knowledge, experience, and circumstances you had at the time. You did the best you could with what you knew then. Take a moment to reflect on the context of your decisions. What was going on in your life at the time? What pressures or challenges were you facing? Understanding the context can help you see your actions with more compassion and less judgment. It's not about making excuses, it's about recognizing that you're human and humans make mistakes. The third step is learning from the experience. Regret can be a powerful teacher if we let it. Instead of seeing your past mistakes as failures, try to see them as opportunities for growth. What did you learn from the experience? How has it shaped who you are today? For example, maybe a past mistake taught you the importance of communication, or perhaps it showed you what truly matters to you. By focusing on the lessons, you can transform regret into something meaningful. This doesn't mean you have to be grateful for the pain, it just means you can choose to find value in it. By now, you're probably starting to see that forgiving yourself isn't about erasing the past, it's about changing how you relate to it. And we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll cover the final step in forgiving yourself, as well as some practical tips for moving forward with peace and self-compassion. So, stay with me as we continue this journey toward letting go of regret and embracing a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Let's keep going. Now that we've talked about acknowledging your feelings, understanding the context, and learning from the experience, let's move on to the fourth and final step in forgiving yourself, practicing self-compassion. This is where the real healing begins. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. It's about recognizing that you're human, that you're imperfect, and that you deserve forgiveness just as much as anyone else. One way to practice self-compassion is through positive self-talk. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself, especially when you're feeling regretful. Are you harsh and critical, or gentle and understanding? Try replacing negative thoughts with more compassionate ones. For example, instead of saying, "I can't believe I did that, I'm so stupid," you might say, "I made a mistake, but I'm learning from it, and that's what matters." It might feel awkward at first, but over time, this kind of self-talk can help shift your mindset and make it easier to forgive yourself. Another way to practice self-compassion is to treat yourself with care. This might mean taking time to do something that brings you joy, like reading a good book, going for a walk in nature, or spending time with loved ones. It could also mean setting boundaries to protect your emotional well-being, like saying no to things that drain you or taking a break when you need it. When you treat yourself with care, you're sending a powerful message to yourself: I matter, and I deserve to be happy. Now, let's talk about moving forward. Forgiving yourself isn't just about letting go of the past, it's also about embracing the present and looking toward the future. One way to do this is to set new intentions. What do you want your life to look like moving forward? What values do you want to live by? Setting intentions can help you focus on what's important to you and create a sense of purpose. For example, if you regret not spending enough time with your family in the past, you might set an intention to prioritize quality time with them now. Or if you regret not pursuing a passion, you might set an intention to explore it now, even if it's in a small way. Another way to move forward is to celebrate your progress. Forgiving yourself is a journey, not a one-time event. Take time to acknowledge the steps you've taken, no matter how small. Maybe you've started to let go of a long-held regret, or perhaps you've simply become more aware of your self-talk. These are all signs of growth, and they're worth celebrating. Celebrating your progress can help you stay motivated and remind you that you're moving in the right direction. As we move into the final part of this video, we'll wrap up with some final thoughts on forgiving yourself and finding peace. We'll also talk about how to stay committed to self-compassion and how to create a life that feels fulfilling and joyful. So, stay with me as we continue this journey toward letting go of regret and embracing a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Let's keep going. We've covered a lot of ground so far, acknowledging your feelings, understanding the context, learning from the experience, and practicing self-compassion. Now, let's wrap up with some final thoughts on forgiving yourself and finding peace after 65. First, let's talk about staying committed to self-compassion. Forgiving yourself isn't a one-and-done process, it's something you'll need to revisit from time to time. There may be moments when old regrets resurface, and that's okay. When that happens, remind yourself of the steps we've talked about, acknowledge your feelings, understand the context, learn from the experience, and treat yourself with kindness. Over time, these steps will become second nature, and you'll find it easier to let go of regret and embrace peace. Another important aspect of forgiving yourself is focusing on the present. It's easy to get caught up in the past, but the truth is, the only moment you have control over is this one. Take time to appreciate the good things in your life right now, the people who love you, the experiences that bring you joy, the small moments of beauty that make life worth living. Practicing gratitude can help shift your focus from what's gone wrong to what's going right. Each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. It's a simple practice, but it can have a profound impact on your outlook and your sense of peace. Now, let's talk about creating a life that feels fulfilling and joyful. Forgiving yourself opens the door to new possibilities. It allows you to let go of the weight of the past and step into a future that's full of potential. Think about what brings you joy and fulfillment, and make time for those things. Maybe it's pursuing a hobby you've always been curious about, spending more time with loved ones, or giving back to your community through volunteering. The key is to focus on what makes you feel alive and connected. When you fill your life with things that bring you joy, there's less room for regret to take hold. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little encouragement. Forgiving yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do for your well-being. It's not about forgetting the past or pretending it didn't happen, it's about making peace with it so you can move forward with a lighter heart. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Take it one step at a time, and be patient with yourself. Every small step you take is a step toward a more peaceful, fulfilling life. I'd love to hear how you're working on forgiving yourself. Have you tried any of these steps? Do you have a favorite way to practice self-compassion or a story about letting go of regret? Let me know in the comments below. I always enjoy hearing from you. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life after 65. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's to letting go of regret, embracing self-compassion, and living a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Until next time, take care and keep moving forward.